Hey everybody, JD Man here today, doing my 16-month review, long-term review on my 2020 Ford Ranger. I've been wanting to get this here for a while, but just haven't had time, and maybe, if I'm lucky, this will be going soon, and it's not because of the vehicle's battery or anything, it's just my Bronco will be here. So yeah, I got the all blacked out version. Even the headlight lenses have a little bit of a tint to them, but it doesn't hinder the function of the headlights. They work pretty good, and like I said, everything's blacked out, and forgive how dirty it is because it is winter. One little thing here, I don't know if you can see it, they say about Easter eggs. It says Ranger there on the windshield. You know, there's your camera for keeping the lane keeping assist. It's the XLT, 4-wheel drive, crew cab. Got the all black wheels. Came with the factory Ford bed liner, and I know everybody complains it doesn't have the soft whatever tailgate, so it doesn't drop. But I've been around a while, and trucks never had that, so it doesn't bother me. You don't just let your tailgate flop down. Yeah, I do like it. It runs really well. Let's see here. Give you a look here at the engine. I'll tell you, this right here to me is the star of this here show. That 2.3 EcoBoost, it runs really well. I cannot complain. What did I say, 270 with 300 foot-pound of torque, something like that. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself. This is a good little vehicle, so let's we're gonna get this on the road. Okay, we're on the road in the 2020 Ford Ranger XLT 4x4, and you know, I'll say I'm almost 6'3", and I've got plenty of leg room. Seats are real comfortable, and I'll tell you, they remind me of the seats that were in my 1987 Mustang LX. They kind of remind me of that. I think that seat frame they've used for a long time. I even think my 2014 GT, the seats were the same. Real comfortable inside, plenty of room up front, and you know, if you don't have somebody like me sitting in the front, the back is not too bad for adults. I've had 2 or 3 people in the back. I just got to kind of scoot forward. Can't be as comfortable, but yeah, interior fit and finish. Yeah, a lot of guys say, oh, it's dated, blah blah blah. Yeah, it does. It has, the dash reminds me of my 2014 or 2012, I'm sorry, my 2012 GT. So yeah, you know, it is about a 10-year-old interior, but it's still nice to me. Yeah, it's got the lane keeping assist for the safety features. Got the blind spot indicators on the mirrors. Someone's behind you, a little light turns on. Yeah, it's got a lot of the creature comforts for a pickup truck. It's got the 10-speed automatic 4-wheel drive, tow haul mode. That stupid auto stop. I keep on disengaging that. I don't like that. Traction control. But yeah, I really like this little truck, and it gets good gas mileage. Like in the summertime, I was averaging 22.1, 22.2. But now that it's cold, and I've been using the remote start. That's another thing it has, the keyless remote start. I'm average like 21.8 now, and plus, you know, in the wintertime you're going to get worse mileage because the air's cold, so you need more fuel. Then, you know, it's just the air's more dense. It's going to take more fuel. So we've got the interior out of the way. So now we're going to talk about the transmission here quick. Yes, it shifts like crap. It was real bad at first, but then after like the first 2,000 miles or so, it's like I started to notice that I didn't notice it. So, you know, it does get better, but it, you know, with driving, especially if you buy a new one, you're gonna really notice it. They did an update, and of course after they did that, it had to relearn again because it shifted kind of crappy after they did that. But you know, it shifts fine for, you know, having a background in rebuilding transmissions, automatics. You know, there's a lot going on there, and I understand it, and I kind of give it a pass because it's not damaging anything. There's just, like I said, there's 10 speeds there, and there's a lot going on. But what it is, you know, it's for fuel economy. You don't have the steep RPM drops between shifts, and it doesn't have to rev out to get into the next gear. So it's a lot smoother power delivery than, you know, a 4-speed, 5-speed automatic. So, you know, I give it, you know, it is what it is, and I'm not sure if it's I think it's one of these joint ventures where GM, Ford, Chrysler maybe went together. I'm pretty sure GM and Ford are together with this, and I think the dang thing's made in China. I know the 6-speed that was in my Mustang GT, my 2012, that was one of those combined efforts, and the transmission was made in China, and that transmission, it didn't put up with anywhere the abuse that my old T5 did in my 87 Mustang LX50. As you can see here, we're on a back road. I'm gonna take you on a dirt road. I don't know if you can hear, I got a rattle on the dash. I had them look at it once. They put some foam under there, but they didn't do enough, and that's the only little thing that I could complain about. But I want to take you here on this dirt road right here. Okay, because now we're going to talk suspension. You see a lot of people talking about these things, that they're real wobbly and mushy. I don't know where they're getting that, because this truck here is not. You know, going down the highway, it rides good. You know, in there. It's compliant on the small stuff, but if you hit bumps hard, you know, potholes where I live, they went and they cut grooves, little ditches in the asphalt, and as like rain drainage. And if you go over them slow like that, you know, yeah, it throws you. But if you hit them fast, it's just, you're one and done. You know, it's good. So, you know, for the high speed dampening, it does what it's supposed to, and for the low speed, I think it's pretty good. You know, I haven't drove an FX4. A buddy of mine bought one right after I got this, and I haven't got to go in. I'd like to try that out. You know, that's some tools and that, and you hear it rattling. I don't think the suspension is that bad for this little truck. I tell you what, I've been in a heck of a lot worse. But it is not too soft. It is, you know, that was, you know, some of them people there, they are Toyota people, okay? And no matter if it wasn't a Toyota, you know, and I've owned a Toyota, I had my FJ, and okay, sorry about that. We had a call from work, but yeah, the suspension on this truck is fine. Don't fret about that. Four-wheel drive works good, you know, and it, you know, I'm on this greasy road in two-wheel drive with, you know, an all-terrain tire. It's not aggressive at all. And in the wintertime, I don't have to put it in four-wheel drive a whole lot, because you don't have that heavy front engine there in the front either. That's another plus about that four-cylinder. You know, in other 4x4s, you got that big heavy engine up front and all the the front drive axle and everything, all that added weight. So, you know, a four-wheel drive is usually helpless in the wintertime if you don't have it in four-wheel drive, because it's just hard for, you know, the rear end to push that front end, because there's not a whole lot of weight on the back. You know, you can put some ballast back there, some sandbags or whatever, to help you out. But yeah, this is not bad at all. I have no major complaints about it. I don't know if he's, like I said, I think the people are biased. You know, I can't say I'm not biased. I'm a Ford guy, but I have owned a Toyota, so I owned a Dodge at one time long back. Okay, so now engine. There we go. I mean, this thing runs good. For the power that it has, for a little four-cylinder, I have no complaints. When I ordered my Bronco, well, let me backtrack. Before I ordered it, before I owned this, yeah, before you were able to order it, I was going to get the V6, because I thought, there ain't no way, you know, four-cylinder's not going to be enough. And after, you know, I'm glad that I did buy this, because I got to see that 2.3 works just fine for what I need, you know, for what I want, you know, for a little bit of a performance, what you're paying extra, I don't get it. You know, I just, to me, it's not worth it. And, you know, I want the fuel economy from the four-cylinder, so I just stuck with that. So hopefully, you know, I got the Sasquatch package, which you get the higher gears, and you know, the 2.3 in the Bronco has 300 horsepower, and I forget what the torque is, but it's more. So another 30 horse and a few more pound-feet of torque, I will be just fine. And plus, you know, gear, I think it has like 410s in it, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but that's hopefully, it's still, you know, not built. Who knows, I might not even get it. I just might stay with this. But anyhow, the Ranger, I really have that little rattle, and for some reason, just talk about the issues that I've had. Like I said, just that rattle, and for some reason last summer, it sat I was riding the bikes every day, so it sat for like 3 weeks, and I went to drive it one day to work, and I noticed the rear rotors were warped. I was getting that vibration coming from the rear when I put the brakes on. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So yeah, that's only about the third throttle. It picks up just fine. So yeah, for some reason the pads seized up in the calipers, and it caused, you know, the rotors to warp. They got hot, so they put new rotors and brake pads on it under warranty. But that's the only issue I really had with this. Mechanical. Everything else is working good. Haven't had to do any oil changes on it yet because I have my Ford Rewards points. You know, when I bought it, you get a bunch, you know, you get them, so I've just had them do the oil changes. So I haven't had to deal with that oil filter I hear is a pain in the ass. But here you can see on the highway now, we're cruising nice. We're in 7th gear right now, going up a hill. Just a little over 60 mile an hour. You know, I noticed that, you know, it doesn't do, when you have it in cruise control going down the interstate, and you're going up a hill or whatever, like for work, I drive a Dodge Caravan. It's got a V6. And that freaking thing, you'll lose like 5 mile an hour before it decides to downshift when you have the cruise control on. So, you know, you got people passing you, then it'll downshift, and you'll go and blow by them, then and it'll settle in. It's all over the place. This thing here, you set it for, you know, 72. It holds 72, you know, and like you'll be in 10th gear, you'll go up a pretty good grade, it'll go down in the 9th gear, hold the steady speed. That speedometer doesn't move, and I like that. I'm a little picky about that, because like I said, it's ridiculous when you're all over. You have cruise control to hold a steady speed, not to be all over the, you know. So that there is the transmission and the engine combination, because the engine's got enough horsepower and the gearing is right. So, but you know, if you're looking for a mid-size pickup, because they're nothing like what the old Rangers used to be. I mean, there is no comparison. This is so much better. I would never even considered owning the old one, because I just didn't like them. They were just not, they were a toy. You know, this thing will tow. That the only thing I can really give Ford crap about on this truck is, you know, you come with a tow package, but you have to physically break into the wiring harness and to put a brake controller in, because it'll haul 7,000 pounds, so you need to have trailer brakes, especially in Pennsylvania anyway. Yeah, so that there should be a quick connect like any other, where you can plug in your brake controller, or they need to have it integrated into the truck. You know, that's my only complaint with this, with how it was made. Everything else is fine. It's a good truck. You know, yeah, they're expensive for what they are, you know, but everything, it's just today's world. Here's these, like I said, you go over these slow. Yeah, but if I hit them hard, it's boom, and you're done. So, hope you enjoyed this. We still got, I want to do a 5-year update on my 2017 Super Duty with a 7.3. Yeah, that there truck, that's another good truck. I won't get rid of. That's my last big truck that I'm buying. So I want to do a review on that, an update. But yeah, the Ranger, it's a good little truck. And for next year, yeah, I think 2022, they're coming out. They have a redesign. So some of these things might, new interior and all that. Hopefully the guys that bothers, that'll get them, you know, get it updated, make them happy. But yeah, I highly recommend it. So this is JD, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by, taking your time, and stay tuned. Please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below, and stay safe out there. Be careful. Watch out for the crazies. Peace.